I have full-length recipes for everything that I'm going to tell you about, all three options in this video. You can just keep watching and it'll go straight into the video, or you can go down into the description and get links to each video. Also, I'm going to put chapters at the bottom of the video so you can skip around any way you want to, man. But the first option that I want you to think about for any barbecue holiday is chicken legs, drumsticks, man. First of all, a package of 12 drumsticks is going to cost you literally half the price of a package of wings. You can buy 2 packages of drumsticks and still be spending about the same amount you would be spending for just 1 package of wings. Elevator. The next low-cost, high-yield option that I want you to think about is burgers, and specifically quarter-pound burgers. They're easy to eat, one hand like that, easy to make, fast, and ground beef is very inexpensive. In the video that I'm going to show you, I took 1 pound of ground beef and I made 4 quarter-pound burgers, man. So me and my wife had 2 quarter-pound burgers each. Now, if you took a 3-pound roll of ground beef, then do the math. You know, you can get 12 quarter-pound burgers out of that. It's just me and my wife, so I'm only gonna do 4 patties. We're using 80/20 ground beef, also referred to sometimes on the package as ground chuck. It's the same thing. And I'm just gonna cut that in half and then take each one of those halves and half in those, and that should give us 4 quarter-pound burgers out of here. One thing I hate, man, and everybody's probably had this happen once or twice, where you bite into a burger and all you get is bread because the patty shrunk. Well, I got this little thing I do to fix it, and it may look weird, but I grab one of my buns and just hold it over the patties to make sure that my patties are pressed out wider than the bun. That way, when they shrink, they'll still go all the way out to the edge of the bun. So it's just a weird little thing I do, but it works fantastic. So let's get it seasoned up, and right now I want to give a shout out to a brother by the name of Famous Dave's. He has his own line of rubs and seasonings. He sent me a couple of them to try out, man, and what we're trying out right now is this one today. I'll be honest with you, I kind of put a little bit in the palm of my hand to taste it, and I was like, whoa, that is salty. And salt is the first ingredient, so if you really have an aversion to salt or you're trying to avoid it for whatever reason, you better be careful. You want to be careful about how much of this you use, but you cannot really evaluate any kind of seasoning by tasting it, you know, from the palm of your hand, man. It's just gonna taste a whole lot different. You gotta cook with it to really know how it tastes. So I do have one more thing I want to add to these burgers, and I'm kind of calling it a secret ingredient, but it's really not. Most people already have it on hand in the fridge, and it is this stuff right here. The name, the unpronounceable, the unpronounceable sauce, W sauce. Where's your sister's sauce? It just happens to be fantastic on a burger, man. So I'm just going to baste a little bit on here, just brush a little bit on here. I'm not even going to do both sides because it's not necessary. You know, it goes right into the meat, and aside from the flavor that you get, which is really, really good, it does a pretty amazing thing to the meat too. I mean, it makes it so airy and moist, and the bite is just different, man. So you gotta try that next time you make burgers. It's really, really cool. So that's all we need to do to these burgers. I'm just gonna put them in the fridge, and we're just gonna leave them in there until the grill is up to temp. So I'm just gonna pour these on the one side. I'm not gonna use my slow and sear because I do want these to actually kind of flow out a little bit, you know. So we got a real hot zone right here at the beginning, right here, and then it just kind of tapers out. That's what we're doing with it this time. I'm just gonna use my tongs and spread them out a little bit. So we got a little bit more heat on this side because we got them stacked up against each other, stacked on top of each other. That always creates more heat. But we got less heat over here for, let's say, the buns or something like that. And then no heat over there as a holding area. I'm gonna put my vents directly over the charcoal because that's where the meat is gonna be. I'm gonna have this one open high. I'm gonna have that one wide open. And the bottom vents, we'll leave those wide open as well. I'll go clean my tongs off. All right, my grill is nice and hot, man. Y'all can see I'm running out of daylight. Always happens when I'm trying to rush home and do a video after work. You can see I got quarter-pound burgers not really big, not really thick, so it's not going to take these long per side. The idea is to only flip these once. And I'm going to put them right on the back end where my fire is the hottest. And I'm going to go ahead and open the vent wide open. I'm going to shut that lid and I'm going to come back in about 2 minutes. All right, y'all, it's been about 2 minutes and I'm going to go ahead and turn them over. And once I turn them over, I got some buns right here with some butter already on them. I'm going to put those on that cooler side and start letting them toast. And hopefully we'll time this thing just about right. All right, baby, moment of truth. Let's flip these. Let's flip these things and see what they're doing. They're looking good, man. Now I'm gonna put my buns right over here. So I gotta keep my eye on those. You don't want those to go no more than about 30 seconds or so. So I'm just gonna count that off in my head. We're just waiting on temp now. That one is good, so I'm gonna move it over here. That one is right there, close enough. It's gonna carry over to 165. That one is over, but it's all good. So we're waiting on this one. Getting right there. I'm gonna move this over here. My buns. Oh yeah, that's what I like. That's what I want. Yeah. That's good. Exactly what I wanted on my buns. That one a little bit more. And that one. Oh. That one is slow. I'm gonna take the rest of these off so they don't overcook and leave this on for about another minute or so. I'm not sure what's taking that little fella so long. All right, y'all, I think we about done. Everybody should be where I want them to be right now. So now, first let's get my buns off, because we don't want burnt buns. Put that little baby right there. And I'm just gonna put a little slice of pepper jack cheese on them and let them melt. We're gonna call it good. Put the lid on just long enough to melt that cheese. That thing don't want to go. There we go. All my beef is safe, y'all. Put this on. The third and final option that I have for you is a side dish, and that is smoked baked beans. Baked beans go with all kinds of barbecue, man. So it's always a solid option, and it's very, very inexpensive, even if you make a lot. In the video, you're gonna see me using a pretty big can and making quite a bit of it. But you have complete control over that based on how many people you're gonna be serving. And this recipe is off the chain, I'm telling you. Even if you don't drink or just don't want to use alcohol, you can use this. You can do this with peach juice or peach preserves or something like that. It's the peach flavor that really makes this thing go hard, man. I'm telling you. I'm using bush beans. Bush baked beans is my favorite. This is a 55-ounce can. They have bigger ones, they have smaller ones, so just use whatever size is appropriate for the number of people that you are feeding. Now, if you're going to do this on the grill, you're going to need a container that's safe for the grill, something that can go right out there, like a cast iron skillet, cast iron pot, or something like that. I chose to use an aluminum pan because an aluminum pan like this one gives me more surface area for the smoke to stick to. So we're just going to get this poured in here, and then let's get started with some seasonings. So to these beans, I added brown sugar, Kinder's brown sugar rub, which is awesome, man. I love it. I just tried it for the first time. You need to find that. I added a little kosher salt as well, some ground black pepper, and some mustard. Next, I took one package of thick cut bacon, chopped that in half, and then put that in my cast iron skillet and browned it. Once the bacon was done, I took it out, drained it, and used that same bacon fat to saute my vegetables. Now, I got onions and bell peppers here. I used pre-packaged to save me some prep time. They were a little big for me, so I chopped them down a little bit while they were in the skillet. But we're just going to keep them moving, keep them stirring until they render down. Once my vegetables started to render down, I added 1 cup of flavored whiskey, peach flavored whiskey. Now you want to add this in very gradually and very carefully because your pan is hot, okay? So I added it in a little bit at a time until it was all in, and then just continued to stir until it cooked down some more. So once your vegetables are cooked down, it's time to add those and the bacon to the beans, man. All that good flavor to the beans. This is what's going to really kick it up a notch. Man, I don't even want to talk right now, man. I just take a minute and look at this coming together, man. Dude, I mean, really, you could stop right here, you know? You could put this in a bowl, nuke it for a couple of minutes, and eat it just like that. Because when you think about it, everything in here is already done. The beans are already cooked and everything. You just need to warm everything through. That's it. But we're not going to stop right here. We're going to put it on the grill and get some smoke. So let's go out here and get the grill set up. So when I was doing my research for this, I saw several people adding peaches, like sliced peaches, canned peaches. They were pouring canned peaches in there. I know me, and I knew I wasn't going to want to bite into a soft slice of peach while I'm eating baked beans, and I was pretty sure my wife wasn't going to want to do it either. So what I decided to do is just buy a couple of peaches, uh, slice them, get some grill marks on them, and then use it as a garnish. So I came back after about an hour and checked on it, and I could see that the beans were starting to bubble around the edges, starting to get some caramelization. So it's time to call it. So there you have it, man. Links to all of the videos are down below on the chapters roll at the bottom of your screen, or you can go into the description and click on each one of those videos. And it's a good play, man, especially for smaller families. All right, holla at you, right on the grill.